Değerli Nokta TV izleyenleri, hepiniz Senin Yolculuğun yeni bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Bugün sizlerle beraber Lena Bedareva bizlerle beraber olacak ve onunla beraber aslında yeni medya sanatı üzerine konuşacağız. Kendisini tanıtacak. Bu yabancı artistleri ağırladığımız program serisinin son bölümü olacak aslında. Tekrardan aşağıdan altyazıları açmayı unutmayınız. Biz gene yapabilirsek eğer bu videonun içerisine de yerleştirilmiş şekilde altyazı koyacağız ve programın bundan sonra devamını İngilizce şekilde devam edeceğiz. So, Lena, welcome.
Thank you.
How did you feel to be here?
Oh, I'm very exciting.
Okay, can you describe yourself? Who are you and why you are in Turkey and what's your story?
I'm a new media artist. I work with digital art. I made it in generative art programs, and also I made a sculpture. I like to make some experiments with materials, and now I'm in art residency, Helicon. And we working on a project. Tomorrow we will have exhibition.
So, how did you decide to make this art? I think in Turkey it's not a famous art style like that. Also, all the global things we don't heard too much like this art style. Maybe in Turkey it's not a famous, so I don't know too much things. Can you tell what's the new media art and your art?
Firstly, I want to tell that I think in Turkey it's very popular because one of the most popular new media artists from Turkey. It's Rafik Anadol. Maybe you heard about him. He made a lot of exhibition in Istanbul, and he made free exhibition in Turkey, and he's like father of all new media art. And I don't have fine art degree. My first degree is programmer, my second degree is designer, and 13 years I work as graphic designer. And maybe 5 years ago I started to learn generative art because I work in international IT company, and we have a lot of meetings around the world, and I want to make installation for my work. But it was before 2 weeks before coronavirus, and of course then I started coronavirus also, and I can't make generative design for my job. And after 3 years, when I live in Turkey, I decided to quit my job and started my art career because as I say, I'm programmer and designer, and I mixed it together and start make installations.
Okay.
It was very natural.
Yeah, it was gonna be too much natural. So, can you tell the story? How can you decide to make art? Why you are quit your job, and why you are take this way, and you have a really good job in IT, and how can I say, maybe you have a plaza life and you don't need to be anything in your life. What was going to be, what you are feeling, what's your feeling to be in artists, and how did you meet this art style?
I make an art all my life, but it was just for me, not for exhibitions. But 2 years ago, I was in immigration, and then when you in crisis moment, you want to make something what very truly. And I think I don't want to make design. I don't want to work in company. I want to say something from myself, and I started make art, and I don't know. I'm very happy that I decided.
Yeah, my next question is this: are you happy now, and are you feel good right now? Because I have too much friends in my life. They have a really good pay job, and they just don't like this job because they feels like a robot, and they don't feel like a live and they want to live their life and they want to write own stories. Can you tell this? Are you happy right now and everything is okay in your life?
You explain my thoughts about it. Yes, I just tired. I burn out from design. I don't want to. Design and art, it's very similar process, but you use language, but in design, you told something what you need to told in this language. But when you make an art, you can told your own thoughts.
So the hardest part is you are making an art when you are taking a money in this job also, but you cannot feel free. You are like a prisoner of the money, and you like okay, my technique is art. I can make art like this, but this is not my feelings. These feelings have the company, and you feel like a prisoner in this life. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the next question is, do you think art is universal or is it always rooted in a local culture?
I think
Because you live too much different countries and you make your art too much different ways to make money and give your emotion.
I think it's two different way, and one artist can talk about local situation or global situation. I don't have constant place, and I can't speak about local situations.
Okay, so I think this question gonna be too much funny right now in our situation. Is language a barrier in art? So, or does art have its own language?
I think art is language. Yes.
So the language barrier is its language barrier doesn't exist anymore if you make art.
Maybe it exists for some cultures, which cultures really different. But in general, no, I think it's okay.
Different nation and different people can make together art because art have own language, right?
Yes.
So if somebody, let's think about other people, somebody just look the painting and it thinks like that, okay, that's a good, but what does it mean? And if that person doesn't know the art language and doesn't know to what's our feeling, these people can be a participant of art, or how these people learn this art language?
For modern art, I think it doesn't matter because, for example, when I go to exhibition, firstly, I don't read explication. I won't just think how I feel about this art. And if people have different feelings about one piece of art, it's very interesting because art started to have much more layers.
So how can you decide to make your art, and what's your feeling when you're starting? For example, for me, if I want to make some movies and if I want to write something, I feel too much sad and I feel like tell something in the people because I feel okay, nobody don't understand me and I need to tell myself all of the people. And what's your feeling when you are decided to start something?
I don't know, sometimes I just want to say something about my currently situation. Sometimes I just want to talk in general about my thoughts. And I don't think about how viewers will feel then they will come to exhibition.
So, do you see the viewers, and how can I say, do you see the viewers and you see the viewers, and you look like in face and they saw your art, they watch your art actually, they cannot saw because your art it's a little bit different to others, and sometimes the people look like, okay, that's good, but what is this, and they don't understand sometimes. And what's your feeling in that moment? For actually the main question is, if nobody don't understand your art, you are gonna be still do this, and if everyone understand your art, so what's the meaning of the art anymore?
I like to go to my exhibitions and talking with viewers. I like to ask them, I like to tell my concept, and I like to compare how it feels from them. And sometimes it's very interesting, and sometimes I can use their thoughts for my next projects.
Do you have any stories about this interesting talking?
No.
No?
No, I can't remember some interesting story.
No, okay. I'm gonna be a next question. So you said we are gonna be a coronavirus and everything gonna be closed, and you feel depressed, all of these things. So, and you are starting this art, all of these things. So how do global crisis affect visual storytelling?
I can talk about myself, how I feel it, because I'm in immigration and I feel global crisis a lot. But the main topic of my art, it's fear. And I try to recognize how fear can have positive impact. And you know, when you feel this crisis, especially in immigration, you feel like cracks under your feet. And I try to use these cracks like a way. If you feel some fear or anxiety, you can use this feeling, because then you feel it, but you still want to go there. I think it's more truly, you can understand what you really wanted, you really need to go to this way.
Oh my God, I think the perfect answer for this question. Thank you. So my next question is, are you travel too much?
Oh, yes.
How much country did you leave and go approximately?
I don't know in how many countries I was, maybe 20 or 30,
you are travel too
13.
much. Okay.
Yes.
So I came this question. Do you have any different feelings about to make your arts to different countries? For example, what your feelings make your art in Turkey is the same in Tbilisi or the other countries?
When I make art, I think for me it's the same, but when I come to different countries, I like to explore, for example, about fears from this country, and I like to collect these thoughts and use it for next projects.
So can you give me some example? For example, in Turkey, can you tell me something about, oh my God, I never heard before like these fears, or I never thinking about before some things fears like that, and I can take my art like these things. Can you give me example?
Maybe I can tell you example about some national Turkish fear. But for example, when I was in art residency in Turkey at previous time, I meet neurobiologist, and we talk with him a lot about fears, and he told me very interesting information. For example, he told that part of brain that responsible for fear is the same part that responsible for unpredictability. And I work in generative art program, and it's all the time unpredictability because I make it like visual programming, and it makes me more sense to work in this program, for example, because it connected with spheres, for example.
I think the most different with your art to other art, if I want to make some paintings, I just need some color paint. And if I want to write something, just a normal pen and just paper is it enough. But if I want to make your art, I need to learn some engineer, some programming, and also I need to know some emotion and the art culture. So if someone wants to be like you, like wants to make some different lightning shows and make some arts like you, how these people improve themselves? Do you have any recommendation?
Just started. For example, I use Touch Designer program for my art, and you can use it with a lot of programming, make some complicated things, but you can use it in very simple way. You need just start and not afraid about that it looks too simple, because it's only language. It's just language, and you can use it for your words that you want to say.
Actually, we made this program too much time, and how can I say, these sentences is too much broke. But last 2 episodes, we made some these episodes we talk with Lena, we talk with you, we talk with Leon and Olga. I don't ask this question others, but I think these questions about you. You know, the AI, it's gonna be a crazy right now. Sometimes is it okay, they are painters, they are writing something, okay, maybe we can talk with them with AI, but now we can see AI make own films himself also. He can think himself also. He don't need to be anything about some material. Just tell the story and he made it all of these things. So are you scared about AI, or okay, AI is my best friend, we can make together good something?
For me, I try to not use AI in my work, but I think it's okay, because people who don't know some programs, or they can't paint or make a sculpture, they can also talk in art language by AI, and it's okay. Of course, now it looks, in most part, it looks shitty.
Okay.
But it's just instrument, and people, if people want to make shit movies about kittens, they can do it. If they want to make some art, but they can't paint or do something else, they can also use AI.
So one day this instrument gonna be kill our art, or nah, we cannot just unplug all of things and they cannot control.
No, they don't kill art, because it's just a piece of previous art. It can make something really new.
So do you have any can you tell the name about your art? Do you have any heroes about your art? Okay, I know this guy and this guy is a perfect and I want to be like him or her. Do you have any about like these guys for your art? Why I ask you this question? If I ask Leon, as Leon can tell me for the writing too much, where the names, it's too much a normal name, we can heard about it. Or they can give a name like a DiCaprio or the other things. They can give me a too much normal names. But your art, I think, how can I say, you said in Turkey it's too much famous, but sometimes art, you know, doesn't give you too much money and you cannot make too much money in art. So sometimes we cannot know these arts For me, I am interested art in Turkey too much, but I never heard before. Maybe this is my fault. Maybe I need to know. But can you give me some names about your art? Okay, you guys learn this guy, and you need to follow these things.
If you're talking about technical part, of course, it's Refik Anadol. I think a lot of Turkish people know. Also, in Istanbul, very group of artists, Ouch. They have new media museums, new media art museum in Istanbul. But they not my hero. When I started to be artist, I created my artist statement, and after that I find one artist. He is painter, but his artist statement was very impressed to me. It is I'm very bad in names, but I think it's Christian van der Minen. He made paintings, oil paintings, with like how it's in English, Holland, like Netherlands art from the past, but he made like naturemood with ugly things, but in general it looks very beautiful. And it was so similar with my thoughts, so when I grow up I want to be like him.
Okay, this is a really good and funny answer. I think the funny is not the right word, like a sweet answer, I think. Thank you. So Lena, my question is, okay, if we are talking about for paintings, just the color and the pen is okay, but you are going to be experimental things. Maybe we cannot feel your art, maybe we cannot touch your art, but we can saw too much things about your art. Sometimes you are using too much colorful lights, sometimes you are using other storytelling styles. So do you have any plans about to add other things about in your art, like a gadget, like a different mechanical things?
I like to make my installation more interactive, and at last year I have one installation. It was digital art with silicone skin in the walls. It likes big monster broke his skin, and it was in old chemical factory. And I use one perfume which smells like cave in this installation, but it wasn't my perfume. And this year I want to make my own, because I'm very interested in perfume, and I want to make one more layer, olfactory layer, to my installation, but I just start thinking about it. I don't have a final project, but I want to make it this year.
Okay, thank you for everything. I think we need to close this episode right now, and thanks for your answer, and thanks for your participancy and this program. I'm too much appreciate to come here. So if you have anything to say our viewers for your art, for your life, for your anything, the microphone is on you for your last words.
Thank you very much. I was really enjoy for our interview, and I want to say just don't be afraid. Just if you want to make art but you think you can't, just make it, and viewers, you will find your viewers.
Okay, I think this is the best advice today, because maybe you don't know, somebody is watching you and somebody knows you, but everyone, they can find you if you are, don't give up and still gonna be do. Thanks for joining the program. Thanks for everything.
Teşekkür ederim.
Rica ederim. Sağ olasın. Değerli Nokta TV izleyenleri, hepiniz Senin Yolculuğunun bir bölümünde daha beraberdik. Lena ile beraberdik. Lena ile beraber aslında benim İngilizcem çok fazla yetmediği için Refik Anadolu hakkında çok fazla konuşamadım. Tabii ki Refik Anadolu biliyorum ama bunun üzerine çok fazla yorum yapamadım. Ama biliyorsunuz ki günümüzde bu sanatı yapan ve bu anlamda ilerleyen çok fazla ünlü artistimiz de yok aslında. Bir yandan bu yanlış anlaşılma olmaması adına burayı bir düzeltmek istiyorum. Ve bizleri buraya kadar izlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Bundan sonra Türkçe bölümlerimiz de devam edecek. Bu süreçte bize desteklerinden dolayı Helikon'dan Orhan Bey'e çok teşekkür ederiz. Orhan Bey sayesinde bu güzel sanatçıları, güzel insanları, Türkiye hakkındaki görüşleri de öğrendik ve sanatın başka türlü sanatların farklı ülkelerde nasıl icra edildiğini öğrenmiş olduk. Bizleri izlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.